Alright, let's have a quick lesson on how the power wheels is set up, how we get high-low, how we get forward and reverse, but first we need to understand the circuits. So we have what they call a series and a parallel. Parallel is going to run 12 volts, and this is our battery. We have a motor here and a motor here, positive and negative, and positive, positive, negative, and negative. This is going to be a parallel circuit which is going to give us full 12 volts to our motors. Alright, so let's go into a series which is going to be what they consider the low gearing, and battery, positive, negative, and motor, and we have our positive that runs through the first motor, through the second motor, and then back around to negative, which then would give 6 volts to each motor, which will then be our low speed. Alright, now we understand how the circuits high-low are working. Let's understand how we get forward and reverse by switching polarity with a 6-pin switch. So first we have our 12-volt battery. We have our positive and we have our negative. And again, we have a 6-pin switch, toggle switch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Block is off just to make it a little easier. Our positive comes to this center pin. Our negative comes to this center pin. Alright, before this gets really cluttered, let's try to understand something. As the toggle switch moves, either it moves up, which is going to connect these pins, or down, or it's going to connect these pins. Alright, that's simple. So, the way that they have this in reverse polarity for the motors, which are back down here, they have taken a jumper wire from the positive side all the way back around and connected it to the negative, as well as from the negative side all the way back up to the positive. So from here, we really only have the same wires going to each motor, here and here, and here and here. The only difference is when the bar is connected this way, it's a direct drive straight to the motors, and it's still getting your positives and your negatives so forward. But when you hit it in reverse, which is going to connect these bars, they've actually are pulling it from the opposite side, which then will put it in reverse. Hopefully that makes sense. Alright, so now we have a quick understanding of what's going on behind the scenes. Let's show you how they switch from series to parallel circuit and then find out my issue. We have our battery, and it is a 12 volt. That'll come in handy here in a second. We have our positive side, our negative side, 6-pin switch. And here we go, and our motor and our other motor. So as we know, or as we're going to tell you, the positive is going to come down here straight to this motor. Positive is going to break off and come to this top pin. The negative is going to come straight down to this motor, and it's going to break off in that top pin. All right. And then we're going to have the positive terminal come over, down, and it's going to connect to this motor. And our negative side is going to come down, kind of make it a little exaggerated so you can see the difference to there. All right. So this here is a parallel circuit, meaning all of the motors are getting 12 volts. This is how they make it into a series circuit, which then makes it each motor have 6 volts. They do a jumper wire here, so when you make the switch go down, let's see if I can make this understand. We've got this coming through, coming through, coming through, coming through. Keep following along, coming through, back through this motor, back up, back down, back through. All right. Hopefully you can follow my scribbles. So that gives this motor 6 volts and this motor 6 volts. Issue is I do not have this second motor, so I have a broken circuit, meaning no power is going through. The second problem is when I added the second motor back in, my drive motor, which was getting resistance, was bogging down because the power was getting transferred over to the opposite motor, which is not the drive motor, which was bogging this one down, not giving it enough power to even move. So I have no low gear, and this is why.